Hello, 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 girls. We have Andrea, Daniela, Jennifer, and Lillian in our session. We're waiting for the rest, but they will be here shortly, hopefully. How is everybody today? How are you guys today?
Fine, teacher. We are going to ready to start our new
Yay!
cycle.
Excellent. I like that.
Of course, 28th of this month
Mhm.
because we are our degree
Yeah, it's your
ceremony.
graduation. Yeah,
Yes,
it's a graduation ceremony. So this month is very special because we are going to finish B2.4 and then you guys are going to have your graduation and then we will start the last cycle that is B2.4, I mean B2.5. Of course, we have a last cycle. I mean, the last one, it's related to call center. We know that. But we're about to finish this B2, which is pretty exciting, which is awesome. So today we are starting B2.4. Today is our first class out of the 14th sessions that we have. Today is June the 9th, and I'm very, very, very happy to be here again with you, helping you during this cycle and working with you, to fulfill all of your goals and dreams and you whatever you have with your English level. So welcome everyone. So we are going to, this is going to be our agenda for today. We're going to have our welcome presentation, the one that we always have at the beginning of the session. Then during the first day, then we're going to have we're going to talk about general information about it. Then we're going to start working on the book, vocabulary and speaking, about characteristics and behaviors. We're going to watch some videos about it. Also, we're going to be working on pages 76 and 77 from our book. We are going to have our break from 7:30 to 7:40. And we're going to finish with the survey that is about that's just typical. That's the name of the survey. So we're going to begin with a welcome presentation, and hopefully more people continue joining the session. So Lillian, I don't know if if you want to speak right now or if you want to wait until more people join the session.
Hola, buenas
Hello.
noches,
Hola.
Daniela, ¿cómo están? Yo hice una promesa y la voy a cumplir. No les voy a hablar en inglés todavía, y menos hoy que no hay nadie en la sesión.
No,
Bueno, nadie
oye,
no, con el respeto de las personas
de los que
puntuales,
están presentes,
con el respeto de los 6 que
de los
están
aquí
presentes,
presentes, ya se
de
están
los
viendo mal,
puntuales,
de los
sí, yo creo
juiciosos.
que sí, o sea, no merecen ni siquiera mis palabras. Mira, ahí sí cómo entraron todos, ¿no?
Ahí sí ya todos están entrando.
Terrible, me parece, 6:10, y resulta que yo dije, inicio de ciclo, van con toda la energía, las
because
pilas
it's Friday.
It's because it's Friday.
con mayor razón.
Hi,
Ya vamos
teacher.
a
How are
salir de
you?
esta,
Hello.
vamos a salir de esta sesión con toda, ¿no? Pues no, y no se conectaban. Bueno, esto, muy buenas noches para todos. Ni siquiera está acá, Freddy es quien me dijo que cuando les iba a
Sí,
hablar en inglés.
Freddy que estaba exigiendo las palabras en inglés.
Las palabras en inglés, pero me toca decirle que yo hablé en inglés hoy que no estaba.
Pero que él nos dice hoy.
Sí, entonces, bueno. Buenas noches para todos. No les quiero quitar más tiempo, aparte de los 10 minuticos que ya perdieron de clase porque no se han conectado. Entonces, bueno, y no se han conectado varios. Entonces, primero recordarles la asistencia y la puntualidad para asistir a estas sesiones. Y ahí se les va su regañito. Esto, y también quería saludarlos por este inicio de nivel P2.4. Ya están, ahora sí, en la recta final, ya se ve allá la meta. Entonces, por favor, todos comprometidos con el fin de este programa, teniendo en cuenta que en este mes y de eso venía a hablarles también, que este mes, el 28 de junio, vamos a tener la ceremonia de graduación, en el caso de ustedes, para el nivel B1. De pronto ustedes se preguntarán, bueno, ¿por qué ahorita la ceremonia de graduación? El Instituto de Lenguas tiene varios programas, se terminan cursos casi que todos los días y pues ellos organizan sus ceremonias para los primeros 6 meses, o sea, primer semestre, segundo semestre. Entonces, estamos ahorita con las ceremonias de graduación del primer semestre, ahí se van a incluir todos los programas que tienen graduación a lo largo de los 6 primeros meses y posteriormente ahora la ceremonia de graduación del curso que ustedes terminan, el programa que ustedes terminarán, pues volverán a tener ceremonia más adelante. Entonces, por ahora, B1, ¿sí? Todas las personas que cursaron y aprobaron B1 5 con nosotros van a poder asistir a la ceremonia o recibir su certificación a través de correo electrónico. Que pues no sé, ¿no? Qué tan motivados están para asistir. Creo que por ahí tenían estaban, ¿cómo se llama eso? Comprometiendo a la profe para que fuera, era como un chantaje sentimental. No vaya, profe, y nosotros vamos.
Sí, 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 más o menos.
She needs to
It
go.
was me, fui yo. Sí,
Mayra estaba aquí
¿cómo
creando el
estás?
movimiento.
Soy yo la mala amiga.
El
Me alegra
sindicato
saludar
acá.
a Mayra. Me alegra saludar a Mayra. ¿Cómo estás, Mayra? Me alegra que estés aquí. Qué bueno que nos acompañes.
Bien, muchas gracias, contenta, todo muy bien, gracias a Dios, todo se mejoró, tomó su curso natural.
Yo te lo dije, muchas gracias a ti por haber continuado con nosotros aquí como y confiar en nosotros, en el apoyo que nosotros les podemos ofrecer siempre y cuando ustedes pues sí nos cuenten cómo están y en qué les podemos ayudar. Bueno, entonces les quería recordar esto, la ceremonia, ese día es a las 4 de la tarde. eh, Quienes puedan y quieran asistir, porque a veces uno quiere, pero pues por sus compromisos académicos o laborales no puede, pues ya saben que tienen la opción de asistir presencialmente o recibir la certificación. Laura Daniela creo que ha estado sondeando cuál es la intención de ustedes, porque pues si el instituto requiere tener esa información para saber si se hace la impresión de los certificados o se envía. Hay que tener en cuenta lo del medio ambiente y todo, entonces no digamos que vamos a asistir si de pronto no, ¿sí? Porque pues no sería como tan bueno. Solamente me resta, bueno, despedirme, me quedo acá de pronto haciendo el seguimiento un ratico y pues bueno, bienvenidos a este nivel B2.4. Ya estaré yo aquí pendiente de hacerle ojitos a los que ingresen después, mire, 6 y 4, mejor dicho. Mejor dicho. Hasta luego, que estén bien. Buenas noches.
Muchas gracias, Carito. Muchas gracias. Okay, very good. So after this moment with our academic coordinator, we're going to move on. We're going to continue. And I'm going to share the presentation that, it's part of what we do every single cycle, this information that you already know. However, it's important to mention this and to fresh this up. Okay, so let's start with the presentation. So again, welcome guys to this 9th cycle of Programa de Formación en Bilingüismo. Recordemos que, bueno, esta información, como les decía, ustedes la reciben cada inicio de ciclo. Ustedes han venido escuchando esta información, sin embargo, pues siempre es importante recordarla y como parte pues de nuestro protocolo de inicio de ciclo. El objeto es aunar esfuerzos entre el Departamento de Santander y la Universidad Industrial de Santander para fortalecer las competencias en inglés a inicialmente 66 personas entre los 18 y 30 años de edad para que alcancen la competencia B2 en inglés, cuyo inicio de formación puede darse en A2.1 o en B1.1 en concordancia con los resultados obtenidos en este proceso de convocatoria. La población son 66 personas entre los 18 y 30 años de edad residentes en el departamento de Santander. Características: desarrollo de competencias en inglés desde A2 hasta B2, más 40 horas. Recuerden que hay un último ciclo después del B2.5, que son un ciclo extra con 40 horas de inglés con propósitos específicos de call center. Siempre les he dicho también que eso es un bonus porque no todos los estudiantes que terminan estos niveles de B2 con el Instituto de Lenguas reciben digamos, este último ciclo. Entonces somos afortunados de poder contar con este último ciclo o este bonus que nos da el Instituto de Lenguas junto con la Gobernación de Santander, que es con propósitos específicos de call center. Este programa está conformado por 3 grupos que inician, 2 que iniciaron en el nivel A2.1 y ustedes que iniciaron desde un nivel B1.1. Consta de hasta 600 horas para aquellos estudiantes que arrancaron en un nivel A2. Intensidad horaria, 4 horas de lunes a viernes para aquellos niveles que arrancaron desde A1 hasta el nivel A2, hasta el nivel B1, perdón, que arrancaron desde un nivel A2 hasta el nivel B1. A partir del B2, nosotros, este grupo, nuestra intensidad horaria bajó a 3 horas diarias, ¿sí? Ya no son 4 horas, sino son 3 horas diarias de lunes a viernes. Pero finalizando cada ciclo se cumplen las 40 horas. La metodología es presencialidad remota con apoyo del libro digital, clases desarrolladas en tiempo real con la orientación directa de la docente mediante la plataforma virtual institucional de Zoom. El enfoque comunicativo, desarrollo de las habilidades comunicativas, habla, escucha, lectura y escritura, teniendo en cuenta los componentes lingüístico, sociolingüístico y pragmático, dándole prioridad a las habilidades de expresión y de comprensión oral. Nuevamente, nuestro fuerte de este ciclo y de los ciclos anteriores siempre va a ser de pronto que ustedes estén trabajando en actividades comunicativas, en actividades grupales, en las que ustedes tengan la posibilidad de practicar su habilidad de speaking, su habilidad de listening. Entiendo que a veces al ser un grupo relativamente grande, pues somos 18 personas, 18 estudiantes y la profesora. Entonces, a veces de pronto no se da para que todos participen a la vez. Obviamente la idea es que ustedes estén participando constantemente, pero pues a veces no se nos puede dar que todos participen a la vez. Entonces, por esa razón, siempre optamos por trabajar en grupos más pequeños en los que ustedes tengan siempre la oportunidad de practicar los diferentes temas que estemos trabajando con sus compañeros, que estén practicando speaking. Yo siempre estoy monitoreando los grupos y demás. De esa manera, pues, estamos trabajando constantemente estas habilidades. Incluye 2 componentes, lengua extranjera general, que vamos hasta el B2.5, y contenidos específicos, un último ciclo, call center. La asistencia y la puntualidad es de suma importancia en este programa. Se requiere asistencia mínima al 80% de las clases para la aprobación del curso. Con 8 horas de inasistencia se pierde el curso, siempre y cuando el estudiante no tenga una excusa válida. ¿Listo, chicos? Entonces, si ustedes están enfermos, si ustedes tienen incapacidad, si ustedes tienen algo que no les permita asistir a clase, es importante que envíen su excusa. La coordinadora de seguimiento, Nancy, estará comunicándose con ustedes, preguntándoles el por qué de pronto no pudieron asistir. Y también la coordinadora Lilian Carolina está muy pendiente de todo este proceso. Entonces, por favor, cuando ustedes no puedan asistir a una sesión, es importante que envíen su excusa en caso de que tengan alguna. ¿Listo? Se registra asistencia diariamente en el sistema académico. Después de 15 minutos llamo a la asistencia. A veces llamo a la asistencia después de los 15 minutos y también en el segundo bloque. Entonces, es importante mantenerse conectados siempre en la sesión. Estos casos de inasistencia se reportan a la coordinación de seguimiento. Evaluación, se evalúa de 0 a 5, el sistema de evaluación se mantiene, nota mínima probatoria 3.6. Se realizarán evaluaciones escritas y orales, parciales y finales para ir evaluando el avance en el proceso del aprendizaje. Nuevamente, la metodología se mantiene, en el que ustedes van a tener algunas actividades que se van a evaluar y estas actividades van a tener un porcentaje del 40% de la nota. Recuerden que no solamente se evalúan esas actividades que ustedes trabajan en grupos, que yo les digo siempre, ok, guys, this activity is going to be graded. Y les indico cuáles son las actividades que van a tener nota. No solamente esas actividades son las que suman el 40%, también se tiene en cuenta la participación en clase de todos los días, ¿sí? Todo esto, toda esta participación activa en conjunto con las actividades que realizamos tienen un valor del 40% de la nota, ¿listo? También un examen final que se realiza el último día del ciclo donde se evalúan todas las habilidades. Material a usar, este ciclo vamos a trabajar el libro Cutting Edge Third Edition Advanced, unidades 8 a la 10, con este terminamos este nivel, vamos a terminar estas unidades y también vamos a terminar el libro. Para el B2.5 la dinámica es un poco diferente, pero cuando vayamos a iniciar este último nivel les indicaré cuál va a ser la dinámica, ¿ok? Entonces, este ciclo vamos a terminar el libro y vamos a trabajar unidades 8 a la 10. El sistema de evaluación en el B2.4 se va a mantener como en los ciclos anteriores. Vamos a tener una nota de quizzes, que es el 40% de la nota. Recordemos que esta nota de quizzes son actividades que ustedes trabajan, que yo les digo, esta actividad se va a evaluar. También es participación en clase, es un conjunto de cosas, ¿listo? Entonces, esto va a tener un porcentaje del 40% de la nota. Moodle tiene un porcentaje del 10%. Recordemos la importancia de trabajar en Moodle, chicos, de trabajar en esta plataforma. El ciclo pasado, cuando estaba subiendo las notas del ciclo que acabamos de terminar, muchos estudiantes no trabajaron en Moodle, hubo muchas notas de 0. Recordemos que este ciclo, y a partir del B2, el ciclo se extiende, ya no son 10 días, sino son 14 días. Entonces, tienen, digamos, un poco más de tiempo para desarrollar estas actividades en Moodle. Recuerden que ustedes no tienen que desarrollar todas y cada una de las actividades que hay en Moodle, que desde el primer momento hemos dejado eso muy claro, que ustedes deben trabajar al menos 2 actividades por unidad, ¿listo? Esto para que su carga académica pues no sea tanta, porque entiendo que ya el esfuerzo de asistir a estas sesiones es bastante, después de pronto un día muy largo y después de todos sus compromisos y demás. La idea no es hacerles esto una carga más para ustedes, entonces por esta razón siempre trabajamos al menos 2 de las actividades de Moodle, pero es importante que lo trabajen, chicos, porque esto es trabajo autónomo y esto les va a ayudar a ustedes en su proceso de aprendizaje. Entonces recordemos que se evalúan al menos 2 actividades por unidad, ¿ok? Por unidad. ¿Listo? Entonces es importante el trabajo en Moodle porque esto tiene un porcentaje. Aunque ustedes dicen, ay, es solamente un 10%. No es solamente el porcentaje porque puede que este porcentaje les ayude a subir la nota como también les puede ayudar a bajar esta nota. Y no es tanto por cumplir como con este requisito, es también a ustedes les va a servir mucho para practicar los diferentes temas, especialmente los temas gramaticales que ustedes dicen que a veces pueden llegar a ser un poco confusos, que de pronto ustedes dicen, ay, es que este temita gramatical está bastante complejo, entonces voy a trabajar en Moodle como hacer estas actividades como práctica extra. Luego tendremos nuestro avance 3, no, ya para este ciclo es el 4 avance de proyecto. Recordemos que ya el próximo ciclo es la presentación. Este cuarto avance de proyecto va a tener un porcentaje del 20% de la nota. Y por último tendremos nuestro examen final que evalúa las 4 habilidades: escucha, lectura, escritura y habla. Cada una de estas habilidades con un 7,5%, quiere decir que este examen, su porcentaje es el 30% de la nota. ¿Listo? Entonces ya con eso tendríamos el 100%, quizzes 40, virtual 10, avance de proyecto 20, examen final 30%. Por último, chicos, en el equipo de trabajo tenemos en la dirección a la profesora Laura Cristina Dueñas Angulo. En la coordinación académica tendremos a Lilian Carolina Acevedo. En la coordinación de seguimiento tenemos a la coordinadora Nancy y las formadoras de inglés Marilyn Blanco Ríos y la profesora Laura Jereda. Por último, los correos, los contactos tenemos en la dirección ilenguas.convenio@wis.edu.co, coordinación académica, lilcaseb@correo.wis.edu.co, coordinación de seguimiento, en caso de que ustedes deban llevar sus excusas por alguna inasistencia, lo hacemos por medio de este correo que es ilenguas.convenio@wis.edu.co, y mi correo institucional es ldchapar@correo.wis.edu.co. Recuerden que esos son los canales oficiales de comunicación, pero también tenemos otros canales como es el grupo que tenemos que compartimos en WhatsApp, donde ahí nos compartimos información diaria en caso de que haya, o información de primera mano o algún tipo de urgencia o algo como para que la comunicación sea más rápida. ¿Listo? Good. Aspectos a tener en cuenta: ser puntuales con el espacio asignado para la clase. Ya ustedes hoy se ganaron un mini regaño de la coordinadora Lilian. Recordemos ser puntuales en el espacio asignado. Arrancamos a las 6 de la tarde. La idea es siempre empezar lo más temprano posible, tipo 6:05 estamos iniciando, después de que se acabe nuestra canción. Después de esa hora arrancamos. El micrófono debe estar silenciado a menos que ustedes deseen participar en alguna actividad. Cuando no estemos participando, el micrófono debe estar silenciado para evitar que pues ruidos externos se filtren. Si es necesario hacer alguna intervención, si quieren hacer alguna intervención, utilizan la palabra o levantan la mano para pedir la palabra. Siempre les doy el espacio para que hagan todas sus preguntas, todas sus dudas y poderlas aclarar en clase. Cuento con su compromiso durante la sesión, chicos. El uso del tiempo en las actividades asignadas, sin música, sin ruidos distractores. Por favor, ya estamos a nada de terminar, ya vemos la meta cada vez más cerca. Recordemos cuando recién empezamos en enero, que ustedes arrancaron conmigo. Ya estamos a junio, ya vamos para medio año de estar trabajando, de estar viéndonos todas las noches. Yo entiendo que a veces es duro y siempre les he dicho y les repito esto. Yo sé que es duro porque después de un largo día en el trabajo, o en la universidad, ustedes quieren llegar a descansar y pues a veces tener que estar acá presentes es bastante, pero recordemos que todo tiene, ustedes están acá por un propósito, sea cual sea el propósito, ustedes están acá porque quieren cumplir algo. Entonces ya la meta cada vez está más cerca, ya casi que llegamos, ya nos quedan 3 ciclos en total y terminamos. Nos queda este ciclo que iniciamos hoy, el último ciclo de B2.5 y el último ciclo de Call Center. Entonces, los invito, chicos, a seguir motivados, a seguir trabajando. Recordemos que el tiempo pasa muy rápido y cuando menos nos demos cuenta ya habremos terminado este proceso. Obviamente aprender una lengua, uno nunca termina, realmente no hay un punto en el que uno diga, no, yo ya sé todo y ya no necesito estudiar más. No, esto es algo constante, eso es algo que nunca termina. Así llevemos tantos años aprendiendo inglés, no llegamos a un punto en el que uno dice, ya no hay nada más que aprender. Esto es algo constante, esto es algo de trabajo. Vamos a terminar en algún punto, pero esto debe seguir para ustedes y para todos nosotros. ¿Ok, chicos? Entonces, mi invitación es a que continúen, a que sigan motivados, que ya en menos de nada ustedes van a decir, bueno, ya se acabó esto. Y de pronto, yo estoy convencida de que luego van a extrañar estas clases porque a fin de cuentas es como nuestro espacio en el que hemos compartido desde inicio de año. Nos vemos todos los días. Entonces,
profe,
dime, Dani.
desde el año pasado.
Desde el año pasado, pero ustedes el año pasado no estaban conmigo. Ustedes estaban con el
Yes,
profesor
that's
Omar.
true.
Yeah, that's true. Ustedes estuvieron en un ciclo con el profe Omar, pero bueno, ustedes se conocen desde el año pasado, entonces ya va a llegar un punto en que ustedes van a decir, ay, sí, mis compañeros, qué bonito, qué chévere, qué buena experiencia. Y que esto es algo que no va a ser para siempre, esto no va a durar toda la vida, entonces aprovechemos mientras estemos acá. A veces tenemos la oportunidad y no la aprovechamos y muchas personas quisieran de pronto estar en el lugar en el que nosotros estamos y a veces uno dice como de pronto uno no valora lo que uno tiene al frente y hay muchas personas que quisieran tener esta oportunidad, entonces vamos a aprovecharla, vamos a sacarle el mayor provecho posible, vamos a disfrutarnos lo que nos queda porque ya nos queda muy, muy poco. Entonces, nada chicos, ya para finalizar esta presentación, por último, nos queda paciencia. No podemos controlar los ruidos de la calle o factores externos como el internet. Ustedes a veces me escriben, profe, no tengo internet, se me cayó, qué pena. No hay problema. Yo esto lo entiendo porque eso son cosas que uno no puede controlar. A veces el internet falla y pues se presentan ese tipo de cosas. Entonces, no se preocupen por esto. Mayra, yes. Go ahead.
Profe, tengo una pregunta que me surgió y es esto, las 40 horas que vamos a hacer, ¿son después de terminar el B2.5 o ese es el B2.5?
No, resulta que el B2.5 la dinámica es un poco diferente, ¿sí? En el B2.5 no trabajamos un libro, porque ya el libro lo terminamos este ciclo en B2.4. Si ustedes revisan el libro que ustedes tienen, que estamos trabajando, este libro, perdón, tiene 10 unidades. O sea, quiere decir que este ciclo nosotros estamos terminando el libro. Para B2.5, que es el último nivel, para este nivel no se trabaja libro, se trabaja más la parte comunicativa, se hacen diferentes actividades, digamos que los temas son un poco más libres, entonces... Entonces, se puede trabajar, digamos, un poco de como de actividades relacionadas al último ciclo, pero el último ciclo, el de call center, es muy específico y es como un inglés más business English. Entonces, este último o este bonus que nos dan, este bonus ciclo que nos dan, al final es más como para trabajar business English. Entonces, es un poco diferente al tema del B2.5. Resulta que en el B2.5, cuando usted ya termina, vamos a presentar un examen que se llama el First Certificate English. Ese es un examen que, digamos que muestra que el estudiante está en un nivel B2, ¿sí? Que el estudiante que presenta y aprueba este examen está en un nivel B2 en inglés. Entonces es un examen que toma preparación y es un examen estándar, tipo estándar. Entonces es un examen que es diferente a los que presentamos finalizando los ciclos cuando terminamos banda, ¿sí? Cuando terminamos, si ustedes recuerdan, cuando terminamos el B1.5, ese era un examen tipo estándar y era un examen un poco más extenso y no era tan específico de las unidades del libro, sino era algo un poco más general, ¿sí? Como de todo el proceso que ustedes llevan desde que iniciaron estudiando inglés hasta el B1, ¿sí? Ahora, para este B2.5, se presenta un examen tipo estándar. Este examen tipo estándar es diferente a los exámenes que ustedes han venido presentando ciclo a ciclo y es un examen que se llama First Certificate English. Entonces, este es un examen que toma más tiempo de preparación, por ende, en este B2.5 también se hacen actividades de preparación para este examen. ¿Listo? Entonces, los dos últimos niveles que nos quedan son temas un poco más libres y son temas más de la parte comunicativa. ¿Ok? Quiere decir que este ciclo que vamos a iniciar es el último ciclo que vamos a trabajar guiándonos o basándonos en un libro. ¿Ok? ¿Te queda claro, Mayra? Yes.
Sí, profe, está claro.
Okay, listo, muy bien. And again, guys, welcome. Welcome to B2.4. I am very, very, very excited to be here with you, to have all of you here back in our session. So today we're starting the cycle, and so let's get it started. I'm going to do the roll call to see who's here, to see who's missing, and when you hear your name, please let me know. Acevedo Cuevas Saray. Is Sarai here? Okay. Albarracín Caballero Cristian.
Present, teacher.
Very good. Ayala Viloria Joeli.
Here, teacher.
Excellent. Bacayain Andrea.
Present, teacher.
Excellent. Carrero Bonilla John Hammer. John is not here yet. Cordero Castellanos Brian.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Fonseca Garcia Freddy.
I'm here.
Hello, my dear. What's
I was
going on?
sleeping, sorry.
He was late and worry about
Yes, and you know,
No, I was
worry
taking a
about
nap and I forgot to wake up at 6 a.m.
oh
so
my
6
goodness.
p.m.
Well, Lilian Carolina was here at the beginning of the session and she was asking for you, and she gave us the presentation in English. Remember that you wanted
Ah,
you wanted
okay,
her
yeah.
you wanted her to speak in English. Well,
Yes.
you missed it.
I
You
watched the
missed it.
video on YouTube.
No, I'm just kidding. She didn't. But she was asking about you. I mean, that's real. This part is real. She asked about
Ah, okay.
yeah, and she says, "Tell Freddie that I spoke in English the whole time." She didn't. She spoke in Spanish. But she asked about you. But we're very happy that you're here tonight. Right?
Thank you.
Of course. Liscano Erisa Judy.
Present, teacher.
Very good, my dear. Lozada Diaz Diana. Oh, she's not coming today. Muñoz Salazar Andrea.
I'm here, teacher.
Excellent. Perez Ardila Natalie. Natalie. Is Natalie here? Nope. Okay. Pinzón Linares Mayra.
Present, teacher.
Excellent. Plata Vargas Mayra.
Here, teacher.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Rodríguez Llorente Harold.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Sandoval Miranda Angélica. Angélica.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Sierra Jaimes Daniela.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Velasco Uribe Ana María.
Here, teacher.
Okay. Vera Peña Jennifer.
Here, teacher.
Awesome. Very good. Okay, people. Excellent. So we have a couple of students missing today. 1, 2, 3, 4 students are missing today. But anyway, we're going to start. We're going to begin. And I'm very happy that the majority of you, that you guys are here in the session. So let's get it started. I will share my my screen here. So in the first part, we have the welcome presentation. Then we're going to talk about general information. So let me share here my screen. This is related to the project, okay? So remember that, oh, here it's not third, it's fourth. The fourth. Guys, I am going to be grading your projects this weekend because I didn't have time to do it. I mean, you sent me your projects. I mean, I checked them, of course, but I haven't sent you the feedback, okay? So I will be doing that over the weekend, okay? Good. Now, for this cycle, today it's our first class, and I am sharing the project with the students. In the 12th class, we are going to have time for you to work in groups. I'm going to be monitoring during class time as we did last cycle. And in class number 13, that is on June the 29th, you are going to send me the 4th project progress to my email, okay? So for this cycle, the fourth project progress, you have to turn in their opinions and conclusions of this topic. Remember that in the third project progress, you have to turn in a slideshow as an audiovisual aid, which must only contain summarized information, like titles, pictures, and video clips of the topic that you chose. So for this fourth project progress, you have to turn in your opinions and conclusions of this topic, whether you agree or disagree with this topic, and every student can give his or her opinion in this part of the project. And then the next cycle, that is in B2.5, we have the project presentation, and we're going to do it in our session. So you are going to be assessed during these 5 steps. The 4 linguistics will be assessed more precisely. Students will be evaluated in terms of the use of language, pronunciation, intonation, spelling, capitalization, wording, use of tenses and structures. So in B2.5, that means the next cycle, when we finish these projects, I am going to assess everything that we have been working on during the last couple of months. Okay, so this information will be here on your students folder. I created a folder that I'm going to be sharing with you. Okay, good. And let's see. Okay. So guys, in B2.4, we're starting today and we're finishing on June the 30th, basically the last day of June. Our break will be July the 4th and July the 5th. So that means that we are finishing on a Friday. So este ciclo empezamos un viernes, terminamos un viernes, ¿ok? Vamos a tener receso creo que el 3 de julio es festivo, if I'm not wrong. ¿Me pueden confirmar esta información?
Yes, teacher.
¿El 3 de julio es festivo?
Yes, teacher.
¿Qué se
Yes,
celebra?
teacher.
What is celebrated?
We don't know, but in Colombia
Pedro y
we
San
love to
Pablo.
celebrate everything.
San Pedro y San Pablo, teacher.
San Pedro y San Pablo. Okay. What is that? I mean,
Santos.
but
Ni idea.
okay. So San Pedro y San Pablo will be celebrated on July the 3rd. Quiere decir que vamos a tener este receso, va a ser el más largo que hemos tenido, chicos. O sea, pueden ir de vacaciones. Vamos a tener receso el 4 y el 5. O sea, vamos a terminar un viernes y volvemos y arrancamos el jueves. O sea, van a tener receso lunes, martes y miércoles. ¿Listo? 3 días de receso porque pues tenemos un festivo. So, es el receso más largo que vamos a tener. Se pueden ir de vacaciones. Van a tener ahí unos
One question.
Yes,
And the
Mayra.
people who has vacations, like paid vacations in July, what we have to do?
What do you mean?
Well, I have like a grocery with my friends starting July 1st.
Oh,
I think it's really important because all my friends are 30, is our birthdays, and we are going to travel from Bucaramanga to Cartagena for a week, and Santa Marta and Barranquilla.
oh.
She's very rich.
Fun. Yes.
I'm living the dream, I'm living the dream.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, you're living the dream. So when is your trip? When are you guys starting?
July 1st.
July the 1st. And then when are you guys coming back?
I don't remember, but it's like July the 10th, I think.
So you're traveling for like 10 days. Oh, wow.
Probably more, but I don't remember.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. Well, I don't know. I mean, we have, Mayra, we don't want to know. Oh, Frey. Oh my goodness.
Fred is jealous because I didn't invite him, but he's
Frey
not
is
ready.
jealous. Frey is jealous. Zero humble about that. Yeah, Maida doesn't know the meaning of that word for sure.
No.
Okay. So Maida, you're gonna have some days off. So we are gonna have at least until July the 5th. On July the 6th, we're starting again. So you have to figure that out because it's the last cycle. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Okay.
I will, teacher. I don't want to
Okay.
quit.
No. We're about to finish. Like no way. No way that you quit at this time. Like no way. We're about to finish.
No
We're
way.
almost there. Okay, very good. So this is for you to know the dates. So on July the 4th and July the 5th, it's gonna be our break, and we will start again on July the 6th for the last cycle of the B2.5. And then we'll have the 40 hours that we always have for every cycle. Okay, so that is those are the dates, chronograma for this cycle. Okay, do you have any questions, guys? Questions, doubts?
Teacher, how long is the intensive specific course? The
It's the
next, when
same.
we finish this cycle.
So it's the same thing. I mean, basically we still have 120 hours left. O sea, básicamente, chicos, nos faltan 120 horas. Ustedes dicen, no, qué montón de horas. Son 3 ciclos. Cada ciclo es de 40 horas, ¿sí? Ya con hoy descontamos 3, entonces ya no son 120, sino van a decir cada vez menos. El B2.5 también son 40 horas, es un ciclo normal. La única diferencia es que no vamos a trabajar libro, entonces va a ser un poco diferente en ese sentido, porque las clases van a ser mucho más libres, vamos a trabajar diferentes temas, pero ya no siguiendo un libro como hemos venido trabajando, o una temática basada pues en el libro de Cutting Edge que hemos venido trabajando durante el inicio de este programa, ¿sí? Lo mismo para el último ciclo, que es como el de Call Center. Entonces, este es Business English. Para este ciclo también tendremos otras 40 horas, ¿sí? O sea, va a ser 3 ciclos que nos faltan con este contando, o sea, este ciclo y otros 2 que van a ser igualito en cuanto a la duración. ¿Ok? Sí, esa era tu
Profe,
pregunta.
o sea, eso quiere decir que nosotros estaríamos finalizando en
Agosto.
julio,
En
por ahí,
agosto.
15,
En agosto. En agosto porque, chicos, si este ciclo estamos iniciando hoy y lo estamos terminando exactamente en 3 semanas, o sea, el 30, ¿sí? De hoy en 20 días estamos finalizando ese ciclo que estamos terminando ese ciclo que estamos arrancando el día de hoy, ¿sí? Obviamente, ahí se nos cruzan 2 festivos, que es el de ahorita este lunes, por si no lo sabían, este lunes es festivo, el 12, y nuevamente el 19, son festivos. Entonces, como tenemos que ver las 40 horas, se nos cruzan por ahí festivos, entonces esto nos alarga un poco el calendario académico, ¿sí? Por esta razón, chicos, terminamos, o sea, todo junio vamos a estar trabajando este ciclo de B2.4. Ahora, en julio, si arrancamos el 6 de julio, contamos, hold on, it will be the 20th, it will be nice to be off. Important day. The 20th of what? Of June?
It's my birthday, so it's like a national
It's a national holiday, national
celebration. Yes,
celebration.
national holiday. We don't have to come.
Okay, sure, Maida, thank you but okay, we need to celebrate that for sure, but not on the 20th because we have class. But we'll celebrate it. We'll find out a day to celebrate it.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Of course.
Teacher,
Yes.
in 17, June 17, I
Mhm.
start to, I don't know to say that, o sea, internado. So I don't know.
Internship?
Yes, internship. So I don't know if where I am going to be. Let me see the course. I believe that yes,
It's
but
in
I have
June,
to ask.
the 17th of June or July?
7th July.
Oh, okay.
From 17th July to December. So
Oh, wow.
sure, yes, if let me
Yeah.
see the class, but I am positive and I believe that yes, because it's academic, yes.
Yeah,
But
got it.
what would do?
Yeah, well, we will see. I mean, we'll see how well. You need to ask if you're gonna have like availability or like some time to join the sessions, because we're gonna be finishing. But that time of the month, that is on the 17th, we will be still working on the B2.5. I mean, yeah, for sure. Because if we start on the 6th, so July, when do we have a holiday? When do we have a
What?
holiday? Holidays in July. I mean, the 20th, it's a holiday,
Holiday?
right?
25, I
On the
think.
25th?
20.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Yeah, they're starting Friday the 23rd.
Friday. So we have on July, we have
20.
The
20.
No,
the
are not the same of
3rd
the university?
and the 20th of July. 20 de julio y el 3. Those are the only holidays that we have next month in July. Yeah. And then in August, we have 2, that is the 7th and the 21st. So, guys, nuevamente, como para más o menos calcular cuándo estaríamos terminando el B2.5, si arrancamos el 6, ese día contamos primera clase, son 14, so sería 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Como el 26 de julio, más o menos. El 26 de julio aproximadamente estaríamos finalizando el B2.5. Eso es una fecha tentativa, no es una fecha oficial, chicos, porque obviamente las fechas oficiales ya son las que nos envían desde coordinación, pero esto es para que ustedes se organicen. Estamos sacando pues este tiempo de nuestra clase hoy de primer día para revisar eso, porque yo entiendo que ustedes tienen sus diferentes compromisos y ya estamos a nada de terminar. Entonces, B2.5 arrancaríamos el 6 de julio y terminaríamos aproximadamente el 26. Teniendo en cuenta esto, el 26 es un miércoles, entonces terminaríamos o descansaríamos el 27 y el 28, ¿sí? Y arrancaríamos el último ciclo el 31 de julio. El 31 de julio, vamos a ver, agosto, fecha festivo, el 7 y el 21. Entonces, día 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. El 18 de agosto, más o menos, estaríamos terminando ya en final. 18 de agosto.
Okay, teacher. I'm going to ask.
Yes.
But I believe that yes.
I mean,
Que no.
Sí, ya finalizando, chicos, últimos, todos los ciclos, todos los niveles, así digamos en cuentas alegres, por decirlo de cierta manera, estaríamos terminando el 18 de agosto, pero nuevamente estas no son fechas oficiales porque son, digamos, unas fechas que estamos mirando ahorita, pues el calendario, y pues no son fechas oficiales porque las fechas oficiales siempre son desde coordinación, ¿sí? Entonces, pero teniendo en cuenta las fechas que hemos venido trabajando, como lo hemos venido haciendo, descansando cada finalización de ciclo
Yeah.
durante 2 días, teniendo en cuenta el inicio y el fin, sí, más o menos para esa época de agosto estaríamos terminando, ¿ok? Pero, nuevamente, pues, son fechas tentativas, ¿ok? Good. Guys, do you have any questions, doubts? Aprovechando que estamos en este aclaro de dudas de fin de ciclo, de fin de curso, I don't know, like, do you have any questions? Questions, doubts?
No, for the moment, teacher.
No for the moment. Okay, very good, people. Excellent, excellent. So let's get started. Now, well, we have already shared all the important information, so we are going to begin. So it's 7, we're going to be working for half an hour and then we're going on a break, okay? Good. Hold on, give me 1 second. Regálenme un segundito, por favor. Okay, excellent, very good, guys. Let's get it started. We're going to begin with our 8th units. In this unit is called Live and Let Live. And we are going to talk, in this unit, we're going to learn about a grammar that is describing typical habits, infinitives and ing forms, and compound phrases. The vocabulary, it's related to characteristics and behavior. And with the word just, the task is choose celebrities for a charity track. And the word culture is running a large family. So this unit is going to be very interesting because we're going to be talking about behavior, and especially this in this part about families, roommates. So if you have ever lived with friends or with other people that is not your family, we're going to be talking about this. So it's going to be very interesting. So which of the on page 76, you guys please open your books. On page 76, we're going to find the vocabulary and speaking that is about characteristics and behavior. Which of the following types of households do you think are most common in your country or least common in your country? That means in Colombia. Is this situation changing? And if so, why? So we're going to discuss extended families and multi-generational households. Do you think that this is still something common in Colombia or less common in Colombia? Extended families and multi-generational households. First of all, what do you understand from this? Like, what do you understand about extended families and multi-generational?
Maybe in the past, no, teacher, but now extended families, no, not too much, because life changed. And of course, house and society is difficult for
to have like a family or like a big family.
To keep extending family.
Okay. What about generational households? What is that? Multi-generational households. What is it? What is a generational house?
That is, for example, when a family live in a same part. For example, in the same house and the children and children.
For example, it's like when your grandparents or great grandparents, they bought a big house. You know, houses in the past used to be big, or bigger than the ones that are built today or nowadays. And then usually like several families, for example, in my case, my grandparents bought a house, and then in that house, two uncles and one aunt used to live there. One of my uncles used to live with his family. The other uncle used to live with his daughter, and my aunt, she is single, so she was living there by herself. I mean, alone, no boyfriend, no husband, no kids, no anything. So that is a multi-generational household. And then, but that was in the past. I mean, nowadays it's kind of like different, but this usually happens when they have like a big house, and then different cousins and uncles and aunts, they live in the same house, especially if it is like a farm or like a big house. What do you think about this, guys? Do you think that this situation in Colombia is still common, or is least common, and why?
Which one, teacher? Sorry.
The first one, extended families and multi-generational households. The first
It
one.
is less common.
Less
would say.
common. Why?
Yeah,
Why do you think
like
it's
in the
less common?
past, it used to be like that, but now I think that because of the economy, and now like in the big cities, people live in buildings,
Okay, and
and in big
build.
houses, as it used to be before.
Oh
Most of the
yeah.
big houses have been sold to, and to
Yeah.
finance new buildings,
And then they can
constructions.
build like and they can build a
Different like
building.
towers or
Yes.
buildings.
Oh yeah,
So
that's a good
that's
one.
pretty common in the big cities, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty common in
Maybe
big
around
cities.
the towns,
In a small
they
towns,
still
it's
have
still,
in the
yeah,
small
it's still
towns, yeah.
different. But
Quite
in
common.
cities, yeah, but in cities is different, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, guys. What about nuclear families? What is the meaning, or what do you understand by nuclear families?
It's how compound your family, father, mother, or sister, brothers.
Okay.
I think that I agree with Daniela. The time are changed, and this time maybe the majority nuclear families is compound mother, single, and the son, their son.
Okay. So yes, very good, Angelica. In
Like
simple,
single parents raising the children. That's pretty common.
okay, so a nuclear family, in simple terms, is a system in which we have a family. It's a family structure that consists of two parents living with their children. Okay, that's a nuclear family. That is, in simple terms, what a nuclear family is. Or is also known as immediate family. Okay. For example, let's talk about like a TV show or a cartoon, The Simpsons. Okay. Homer and Marge are the parents, and they live with their children, which are Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. So that is an example of a nuclear family. Okay. So in the past, it used to be more common to see like mom, dad, and children. But nowadays we know that this is changing. That is not that the society has been changing, and then now we find two dads and their kids, two moms and their kids, but that is still a family. And that is a nuclear family, okay? It doesn't matter. Yes.
Without children, with pets instead of children, pets. Because
Okay. Okay.
People that want to have children.
Yes, this is the next one, John. Yes, very good. What
I'm
about
sorry.
no, it's okay. But you were right. Yes, you were right. What about, do you think that nuclear families are still very common in Colombia?
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, very
Yes,
common.
it is. It's still common.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe the most common.
Yeah, maybe it's the most common. I mean, that is changing, but still, like, that's the most common one, of course. What about single parent households? Do you think that single parents, it's something that is still being,
Now it's increaser.
is increasing?
Yes, it is.
Maybe like the
Maybe
mom
people
People are
and the
getting
kids.
divorced.
Maybe like the mom
That's
and the
common
kids,
now.
or the
That's
dad and the kids. Yes. Okay, yes, that is also a very
Very
common.
common with moms,
Yeah,
with
I mean,
mothers.
yeah, it's, yes, I mean, it doesn't always happen like that, the mom and the kids. Sometimes we see parents and the kids, but the most common one will be mom and kids. I mean, that's the one that we find more frequently. Okay. What about childless couples? Do you think that nowadays in Colombia, many couples don't want to have kids? And
Yes,
why?
Yes, teacher.
Oh,
It is
Yeah, it is
increasing. It is
now
common.
it
increasing.
changed a little that
It is.
when you married or organized with a person and you have to, or it's necessary have babies. No, now it's like it's difficult to have baby, and it's more difficult. How do you say mantener? Like support.
Yeah, to support your family, to raise a family. Yes.
And it's a difficult society where dangerous drugs.
Yeah, it's very unsafe.
Expensive.
Also, it's expensive. Yes, Daniela, you're right. Why do you think that this is changing? I mean, Daniela already said something. She talked about economy. But what else? What else do you think that, or what is the reason why you think that a lot of couples decide not to have children?
People also become selfish, like you think first in you and maybe in your family, but not in other people, like children. When you I believe that children in some case is like that or priorities you and your priorities to do that with your children. So it's a step, it's a big step that you change your life completely.
Okay, very good, Danny. Excellent. Anybody else? Like, do you have the same thought or a different thought about this?
Teacher, I think that this is happening because of the progressism, that most of the people think that the world is almost completed, that there is there is not a space for more
For more
people
people.
here. Yes, for more people because of the contamination and those kind of things. So maybe because of that, I think, and I think that the progressivism is influencing people to think in that way.
Yeah. Okay. And I personally think that it's not like having kids is very expensive. And I mean, kids are beautiful. They're super cute. I have a baby niece and she is my world. Like, I am so in love with with my baby niece. And she is the cutest baby in the world, like, for me, of course. But it's very expensive. And when you have a kid, your priorities change a lot. So now maybe if you want to do something, now you have to think about it more, because it's like there is another person that relies on you and you have to support that kid in everything that he or she needs, you know? So it's very expensive. And I think that nowadays, at least in our country, it's everything is super expensive here. And it's getting more and more and more expensive every single day. So if now, and we can see that because we are young people, right? And the majority of us, we have a job, right? However, it's very expensive to even like buy things for ourselves, and and then we think like, how can I going to manage to support, to raise a kid if the working conditions are not improving here, because this is not changing, you know, and it's not going to change apparently, like it's not, we don't see that it's going to improve or it's going to change during the next couple of years. So we don't know. And it's, I consider that that's one of the reasons why many couples decide not to have children, because it's very expensive, because the life quality here in Colombia is not the best, because maybe they don't even want to live here in the country, and because you know, raising a kid is a lot of responsibility, not only with the kid, but with the kid, but it also with the society. You know, it's a tough job. It is tough. So I think that nowadays people, they don't like to have that kind of responsibility, and they're like, well, I think I'm good, so I don't need a kid, I don't need one. So that's my opinion.
That's true.
I agree,
Yeah,
teacher. You are
yeah.
completely. I like that point of view.
Yeah, that's my point of view. You know, I mean, I love kids, I work with kids, but I don't see myself having a kid. I mean, at least not now. It's not good. I mean, no, not for now.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not.
definitely not.
Maybe
Yeah.
in 5 years, and when they when that they appear, other 5 years.
Yeah, so I'm not thinking about it. I mean, I I don't see myself being a mom, honestly, because no, I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy. And I work with kids, so I'm like, you know, they are the kids that I don't have. So, so it's like, ellos son los hijos que yo nunca tendré, o que yo no, I mean, que no tengo y que no voy a tener si es que no decido no tenerlos. So it's like, it's a lot. I work with kids. They are tough. And I like, because at the end of the journey, for example, on Saturdays that I work with kids, at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to give them back to the parents. They're not my problem anymore. And I like kids that I can return. Me gustan los niños que puedo devolver, you know? So yes. Yes, me gustan los niños que puedo devolver. I'm giving, you're giving, why? I mean, my cats are my kids. They are a lot of work. They're a lot, like, they're very expensive. They are crazy sometimes. They break things and I need to replace them. So having pets, it's expensive. If someone knows someone, okay. So Danny has a cat for adoption. It's a baby cat, it's a kitty. So if you guys are interested or know like a person that could be interested, let her know. Okay, good. What about groups of housemates or adults who are not related living together? Do you think that this is something common in our country?
Teacher, yes, it's very common between students that come in from
Different
hometown.
cities. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, for example, students that come to study here at WES, let's say, and they live in a house with other students, and they pay their rent together. So that's, in that context, is very common. But if we're not talking
Yes.
about, if we're not talking about students, like, what do you think? Do you think that this is common?
when you move another city,
To another city.
and for example, you have to travel to work a new city, it's common because it's cheaper
It's cheaper
than live alone,
than living
and
alone.
more if the city is expensive. For example, Bogota or another.
Yeah. Okay, very good. And the last one, single people living alone. What do you think about it? Do you think that this is common or not that common? Single people living alone. They moved from
I mean,
parents'
it
house.
is getting common, yes.
It is very common. Yes.
Some
Why?
people, I don't know, maybe because of some people are preparing themselves for the future, maybe for a new job, or they are finishing some studies and they
Okay.
decide to rent like a small apartment. This one
Okay.
that are called is apart studios, no?
Yes.
That's common now.
So I think that in our society, this is not that common, but in other countries, it is. For example, in Colombia, if you are single, you still live with your parents until maybe you get married. I mean, I'm not talking about that this is something like general or that always happens. Of course not. There are people that are single and they are tired of living with their parents and they have a good job, and so they can pay for rent, they can pay for food, they can pay for all the expenses. They can cover all the expenses that living alone brings. And they're happy with that. But then there are some other people that are like, well, I'm single, I prefer to continue living with my parents, so I don't have to pay for full rent. Maybe I help my parents in some to some extent, but I want to continue living with my family or with my parents. That is something that is very common here in our culture, in our Colombian or in our Latin American, or let's talk about Colombian society. But in other countries, for example, in the UK or in the United States, as soon as you turn 18, you want to move out from your parents' house. And something that is very common is that you usually find a university that is not in your city. So you move to another state, you move to another city, so you find a dorm that you share with other students, or I mean, a dorm is a place at university that you share with like residencias universitarias. That's the dorm. They're usually very expensive, but still some people pay to live in the university, in the same university. Some people look for a house like around it, or like an apartment in the area. But for example, let's say that they are going to a university in Chicago, and their parents live in Chicago, or his parents or her parents live in Chicago. Still, they're like, oh, no way. Like, even though I'm studying in the same city, I'm not going to live with my parents because I am now 18, or I am now a university student. So that's part of the culture, because they're like, oh, I don't want to live with my parents anymore. I am old enough. So they are very independent people. I'm not saying that we are not independent. No, it's not what I mean. But they are not that family oriented. It's what I mean. They're not that close with their family as we are, as Colombian people or Latin American people are, because we are very close to our family. We're very close. I mean, the majority at least. So I think that in Colombia, like, single people living alone is common, but it's not that common as in other cities or in other countries. Guys, to finish with this part and to go on a break, do you ever, or have you ever lived away from your family? Under what circumstances? And if not, would you like to? Have you ever lived away from your family, or do you live away from your family?
Live away because
Yes.
maybe for a new opportunity to grow in your career, because
But Danny, have you ever done this? The question is if you have ever lived, or if you currently live away from your family. Have you?
Soon.
Soon. Oh, yeah, because of the
I
internship, right?
haven't.
Yes, very soon.
Very soon. Okay, very good. Fred, you haven't?
Yes, I haven't, but
You
I would
have,
like to.
but you would
Yeah.
like to. Why? Why would you like to?
It was like Daniela said, like maybe when I have like a stable job or maybe for a new opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to move out on my own,
Mm-hmm.
to have my own, property
Yeah.
or an
And
apartment.
privacy. And privacy.
Yeah, and privacy, that's really
That's,
important.
for me, it was shocking because when I moved to the United States, I lived with a host family for 2 years. And as I was saying, families here and families there are very different. So they are very independent. Everyone is doing their own stuff. And so they treat you as an adult, because that's what you are. You are an adult. Sometimes parents here are very nosy. Do you know the word nosy? It comes from nose. Nosy. It's not noisy, it's nosy. Not noisy de ruidoso, it's nosy. No?
No,
So
teacher.
nosy means entrometido. So families here, or parents, sometimes tend to be nosy. I'm not saying that this is something that always occurs, but generally there is a tendency that Colombian parents are very nosy. So they want to know everything. So when I moved out for the first time, it was shocking, because at the beginning I was like, oh my God, I miss my parents. They're like American people. They're very cold people, and they treat you as an adult. So they're very, it's like they give you the freedom to do whatever you want. And then I got used to that, because I lived there with them for 2 years. I was free to do whatever I wanted. I'm a very a determined person, and I knew what I was doing there. So I'm not like a wild, crazy person, but I was free to do whatever I wanted, because I was an adult, a responsible adult. And that's how they treated me. So when I came back to Colombia, it was shocking, because it's like my family is very different from them. And it took me a lot to get used to again. So it's very different. And now, like, I want to find my place, because I miss that. I definitely miss the privacy. I definitely miss living living by myself in my own place. So that's awesome. That is something that is amazing. So guys, what about you? Have you ever lived away from your family?
I do, teacher.
Teacher.
Yes, Angelica, yes, you have. John, you have?
I do. I live
Oh,
with
you live on your place, like, alone.
a teacher 2 years, and 2 years ago I got independent.
Oh, that's nice. And
Yeah.
then what is the best part of it? What do you think the best part of it is?
The privacy, I love the privacy, because even when I was living with my family, so I had a lot of freedom, but I didn't have
But it's
privacy.
not the same. Yeah.
It's not the same, yes. So
Uh-huh,
right
for
now I
sure.
live on my own. I buy my own things. I pay everything for myself. So I love living alone.
Yeah, that's
It's very, very cool. Yes.
it's fun. It's fun. Very good.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. What about Judy, Harold, Christian, Andrea, Anna? What about you guys?
Teacher, in my case, I have the same situation that you. When I was in the United place, I live alone, and for me it was a good experience because for the privacy,
Yeah.
and I can I can do what whatever I want.
You could do whatever you wanted. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and and, and now
And now here is different.
yes, it's very difficult. It's very different, and I miss uh, this this privacy.
Yeah, for sure. It's different. Okay, thank you for sharing, Julie. What about Anna? Anna, what do you think about this? Have you ever lived away from your family, or do you live away from your family? Ana Maria.
Teacher, in my case, I live alone since I was 17, and that's a little bit hard because maybe you are used to having your family close to you, but I really enjoy having living alone because I can do whatever I want, and that's awesome. I
Yeah,
don't have to respond or do things that maybe people requires me only because I live sharing an space, and for that reason I really enjoy living alone
living
because
in your own
I can wake up time what I
that
want,
I
and
want. You can do
I
whatever you want.
can watch my clothes whatever I want, and all the things that I guess that are the advantage of living alone. But I have to be honest, I really miss my family, but it's all the things that we face have both sides,
Yeah,
good
both
and bad
sides,
side.
good
Yes,
and
for sure.
bad. Okay, very good. Okay, so we're going to break, people. We are going on our break, and we will start again at 7:42. Okay, we will start again at 7:42. So see you shortly.